Welcome to Work Smarter TV. I am Maarten, and in this video I will show you what you can do with a pivot table. First, let's create a pivot table. We select all the data we want to include. We go to Insert and we go to Pivot Table. Select Table Arrange, this one. And where do we want it? Well, a new worksheet is the default option and is sounds like a good plan. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to summarize the data, because can we go back? We have here the data of our, let's say this is a company who has a number of vans, and it's got data on the car number, on the mileage on each van, on the miles traveled since last maintenance, on the car brand, and on the cost of the last maintenance. Now we want to buy a new van and we want to determine what brand is the best value for our money. All right. So we want to have the brand names in the rows, and we want data on miles since last maintenance. We want data on the cost of the last maintenance. And we want data on mileage maybe as well. But we don't want the sum, we want the average values, because we want to determine what it is for an individual car. We go to value field settings here and we can change it from sum to average. And we do the same for the cost average. Click on the triangle average. And there you see. We can lay out this, format this a bit, because we have a bit too few digits here and too much there. We go to home, just like any regular table, and we just, oh, that's increasing, sorry. We just move the decimal point. And let's just round it. All right. Now let's just say, okay, these are miles, but this is the cost of maintenance. So this is, give this a currency format, and this is the average of mileage. So that's also proper like this. Now we can see that if we want to look at maintenance cost, the Chevrolet has on average 3,333. That's a nice number. Since the last maintenance cost on average 3,000 euros. So that's actually, it was expensive and we haven't driven that far. Now that's assuming that you only take your vans to the shop if there's something wrong, of course, but let's just hold that. And the Ford has driven a lot further. It's like almost 3 times as far and for almost half the price. But the real money maker here is the Honda, which has, the average Honda in our company has driven 3 times as far for 1/3 of the cost. So, based on this data, I would like to buy a Honda. And that's something you don't get from the original data unless you do a lot of tricky calculations. Now, if we go back to the pivot table and say, because I took this analysis and took it to my boss and I said, yeah, well, I don't have a lot of trust in your number. So, aren't there fluke values that make this go up? And what I can do is instead of just the average, I can also include the minimum and the maximum cost of the last maintenance. So I can see if there are any weird outliers. I just drag it here twice and I just say value minimum, value maximum. Well, and there we have it. And you can see it's all in line. All right, that's how you use pivot tables. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. You can click the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can click on the button in the lower right corner to go to my website worksmarter.tv, subscribe to my mailing list to get updates. Thanks for watching.